dear friends, I really want to thank you for joining me again today. I'm sharing part of a Skillshare class that has gone live that I've recently uploaded. I'll also put a link in the description beneath this video in case you're interested, where you could get a free month of Skillshare following that link and do any classes that might interest you. I thought I would share this part of the class with you, my dear subscribers, and anybody else that's new to the channel. This is again me exploring watercolor and doodles, which is, as you know, one of my favorite things to do. And the materials I'm using here are a Princeton snap brush, quite a large one, it's size 16. I'm using some Daniel Smith watercolor Mayan dark blue. It's only that color that I'm using, and I'm just using different values of the color. So to get a lighter value, you just add more water, basically. In the class, I use some other colors, but the class is mostly a study of monochromatic watercolor and doodles. And I drew the two circles by using a compass, but you can use anything to draw two circles with. And I've just been exploring different ways of putting them together and adding a simple doodle on top. I do add some nice shiny paints afterwards, and I will just add some music for you to watch as I paint this, and I'll come back and chat a bit more later. So as you can see, I've been doodling leaves, and I've added some little circles into the corners where the leaf meets the stem, just to add some interest. I am using a micron pen. It's a 03 micron pen, so it's fairly fine. This coarse grain, I can't remember now whether I mentioned I'm using Archer's cold press coarse grain or rough grain watercolor paper, and it's a bit tough on the micron pen because it is very rough. Now I'm going to be using the CSY Handmade watercolor metallic paints. I'll put a link to them as well in the description. They're lovely. These were a gift to me from Sandy at Color Creatively last year. She sent me some happy mail, and I really love these paints. They're beautiful, and they're made with honey as a binder. I think that's instead of gum arabic. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on how watercolor paints are made. I've done 2 of these little studies of the circles, and in the first study I used that whitish color, which is called Blue Pearl, and in the second one I'm using the silver. So I show you the first one at the end of the video, but I'm just putting this on again in case you decide to try something like this. Just a reminder that when you use these kind of metallic paints, it's always really useful to spray them with water before you start painting. Give them a couple of minutes to activate so that the paints become really creamy when you use them, and you apply them fairly thickly because otherwise they don't shine. So it's a little bit different to how you use watercolor per se. It's using these as an accent. All right, so I'm going to allow you to enjoy some more relaxing music. So as you can see, I'm filling in these little dots that I drew with the white jelly roll pen, and I must say that this rough texture, rough grain paper is wonderful for the jelly roll pen. I think the rough texture sort of agitates the little ball that goes around that the ink comes out of, and it just makes the ink flow so nicely. So I wasn't quite sure if I was going to fill it in with black or white, but I'm glad I chose the white because I think it looks quite nice. I could have used gold, but I've got silver already on the leaves, and so I've not done any gold in these two pieces. So I'm going to show you now the two pieces together. First, we've got to share some of the shine. Sure, try and say that quickly. Isn't it gorgeous? These are really such lovely paints. It's a pity I messed up the one circle. And there's the other one I did with that whitish touch of blue as well. And I did a different, I used manganese blue hue in the top circle on the one on the left. And then I've got them in some frames on a wall. So let me show you. So I'd like to thank you for watching this class, and until next time, have a wonderful, happy, peaceful, and colorful week. Bye-bye now.